Welcome back, everyone, to episode 6 of the podcast. I hope you're all well, and welcome to 2021, I suppose.
Yeah.
We've
well,
left that
Happy
rubbish
New
year
Year.
behind. Happy New Year to everyone out there.
Yeah.
And I hope you all had a good break, and was a relaxing break, and now you're back and ready to start learning again, and
Yeah.
ready to get going, I suppose, yeah.
So yeah, I just guess I'll kick off and tell you a bit about what's going to go on this episode. We're going to kind of have a little review of 2020, tell you the ups and downs and what we've learned from 2020, and then we'll move on to 2021 and talk about what we can see happening this year. So I guess let's just start off.
Start with last year, I suppose.
Yeah. So what do you think of 2020?
Obviously, 2020 was it was a year of a lot of changes to how we're living. As a year that took us all by shock, I think. I think when you look back in Jan, Feb, even pushing into March, you wouldn't have thought that this little virus would have led to such the world shutting down.
Yeah, I'll stop you there. Let's just go back to February. Remember the Nepal trip?
Yeah, we
that
did
was such a good start to 2020, but then it went downhill from there.
And it was around there. There was a lot of talk about that. I know a few trips were cancelled for that Horizons week.
Yeah.
Because of the rising pressure and the rising concerns with COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we were one of the lucky ones. We were the lucky ones who were able to go and do that, because that was a really good experience for me personally.
Good experience, yeah.
And it taught me a lot about myself and the other people around me as well.
Yeah, we've learned a lot from that.
Yeah, so that I feel really lucky that we were able to do that in 2020 and that was sort of the highlight of the year for me, I think, personally. As that taught.
I guess it's a highlight for most of us that went on that trip, because I think with what happened afterwards, I think that was just an experience that just made us remember something positive for 2020. Yeah. But then, as well as that, then obviously COVID started and school went on lockdown, and then our exams got cancelled too.
Yeah,
was that good for you, or was it bad for you?
It didn't really make a difference either way, I'll be honest. But obviously, I wanted to I think reflecting on distance learning, it's you feel really lucky to be back in school.
Yeah.
Because at the time, obviously, it's a good you feel it's a good experience. You get to take days off of school, but it's not really the same, is it? You don't really have that social interaction.
I think we mentioned that in the previous episode, how we didn't feel like social. I mean, online learning helped us.
Yeah, so I feel like, obviously, it's amazing that we're back in now and we got back in at the end, and obviously that's due to the hard work of everyone in the school and the community.
And I think it's also 2020 has also taught us a lot about family and how those little moments are so important. For example, I think we both went back in summer.
Yeah, we did.
And just going back and seeing family, seeing friends is such a good feeling, and I think we all valued our time a lot.
Yeah. 2020 was definitely a year of. It's definitely a year where you got a lot closer to the people around you, I think. Even though obviously you had the distance because of the restrictions, it's a year that you got a lot closer to people around you in a way, because you needed the people around you to pull you through, really, because it was one of those years that it was quite tough to get through, really.
Especially because I spoke to some of the people that went to university, and being alone in another country by yourself, it was very tough, and that's why I think they've all come back.
Yeah, I suppose it's quite a scary thing, really. You're alone, really. If anything goes wrong, you have no one to go to, really. So it is quite a scary thing, and that was the same for a lot of people in the world. So, but at the end of the day, this year's gone. 2020 is a race from history now, and we can look forward to 2021 and what that holds really for the world, and just even us as obviously year 13. So,
I guess we can move on to what our 2021 looks like. And I'd say for me, I'm hoping that obviously I've got my business coming up in 2 weeks, and you've got your maths coming up as well.
Yeah.
So hopefully they go well for both of us, and then we have our final exams, and then we're looking forward to our university feedback.
Obviously a lot of the stuff, and I'm sure year 11s will be going through a lot of this as well. A lot of this stuff it's in the water a bit at the moment. You don't know if it's actually going to happen, if it's not.
Exactly.
But all I would say is you just got to take every day everything will happen, the exams will happen. You got to put as much work in as you can, really, because at the end of the day, these are our final days at school, and for a year 11s, it's their final days in secondary school, really. So you've got to like really nail down now and just push on and try and get through this like tough period. Obviously with COVID as well, it makes it twice as hard. So
yeah, I guess we have to just keep looking forward, taking every day as it comes, and hopefully the vaccine works, everything goes back to normal. But if it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. We've done it for a year now, so
I feel like as long as everyone is still aware of it, is still around, and just keeps doing the right things, we're definitely on the right way now. Obviously, there's a few other countries, like the ones we're from, which isn't doing necessarily too well at the moment, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel, I think, with this vaccine especially, and I'm hoping that we can get back to some sort of normality very soon. So, but
what interesting events do you see coming up in 2021? Unless you think they're going to get cancelled.
It's not too. Yeah, that's the problem at the moment. It's a lot to like think about really, because obviously the Euros got pushed back from 2020 to 2021, but at the moment with Europe how it is, I can't see that really happening.
I think the one entertainment that we're all looking forward for is the Premier League, which I think, cross fingers, it's going to continue. It's
been good to have that back. It's been good to have football back. I know a lot of other sports has happened as well.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you're all watching sports, and I feel like sports is really good.
Yeah, I think it's helping everyone get through.
It is, because it's sometimes, even though your team might lose, it's just good to be able to watch that. Like, you don't realise how much you like miss it until it's actually gone, I suppose.
And not just that, like us playing football ourselves, I think we're just waiting for the exams to finish and then we'll get back into it as well.
Definitely, yeah.
But I think that's a very fun experience, just going out and playing with football.
Yeah, I feel like this year a lot of obviously we'll go on to New Year's resolutions now, I suppose, if you want.
Yeah.
Because obviously a lot of my New Year's resolutions centred around New Year's resolutions, there you go, centred around like health and fitness and being more active, because I feel because of like the pandemic and all that really like stopped me, even though it shouldn't have stopped me. I was just being a bit lazy from it at the time, but it did stop me. And I feel this year is a year for me to really push on with health and fitness and get out running, getting onto that regular cycle.
Yeah, I think I'm doing something similar. I'm trying to just change my lifestyle, become more healthy, and then just kind of, because I think I was fine at the beginning of 2020, but then as soon as the gyms closed, everything, I was just like, oh, there's nothing to do now.
Yeah, you just feel like you've got. If there's nothing to do, then you feel like, oh, I can't do anything about it anyway, so I don't have to do it. So
I think that's for both of us. It's kind of just improving our lifestyle.
Do you have any other New Year's resolutions?
I guess just university, getting into university, etc.
Settling in. I would say a big one for me is settling into life. And another one which I think goes under the record a lot is like about well-being in general. Yeah. And I just want to improve my like mental well-being. Just want to make sure, and I think health and fitness will really help with that. Just clear my head, because obviously the stresses of life at the moment are 10 times as much. So I feel like,
I think another one I want to do is trying to learn a new skill, because obviously we're both going to the UK now. We're going to have to get a job to try and like, pay the bills and food, etc. Yeah. So I think learning a new skill, or even developing customer relations, which will be an important skill. No matter what kind
it feels weird. I thought about this for a while. It feels weird how we'll be living on our own, pretty much independent. Yeah, I know. We won't be able to just live off our families anymore. We would actually have to provide for ourselves, which obviously is a huge step in life.
It's exciting, but it'll be tough.
Yeah, it will be.
It's not going to be easy.
There's nothing. What's fun with an easy task, they say.
Exactly. Yeah.
But even for like year or like other viewers, like in the lower years, like it's a big years for you. Like it's really good to try and get your like mental well-being improved. Get out, do some exercise, and clear your mind a bit. Even if it's just walking, like at least that just being outside clears your mind, and it really helps you to just feel mentally better. So
exactly,
yeah.
So I think let's just kind of head towards the end and just talk about what we see ASFM this academic year 2021, and maybe you can go a bit about what's going to go on next year, because obviously we don't want this to be something that stops at the end of this academic year. We want to try and pass it on.
Yeah. So I feel like I'll start with this and just say, obviously we're back now, we're back in school. We want to get we're obviously every week we want to get more guests involved, get teachers involved, get people outside of school, even if we can, involved. Whether that has to be done by Zoom, we don't know, but we want to try and get people involved. So But obviously, if any of you have any interesting stories out there that you feel that could be a really good episode idea, make sure just to let us know in the comments or in the video idea link, which will be linked in the description of this video.
And then I was speaking to Brad a bit about what we can do this 2021 just to, I don't know, have a bit of an impact. Because obviously, as art captain and like head boy of the school, we want to make sure we leave our footprint. And I think some of the ideas we came up with was like a performance or something in the auditorium, where obviously we'd follow the COVID restrictions, etc., with the seating, but we want to have like a talent show or something where we are the hosts of it, and then.
And even if obviously to get everyone in the auditorium, it has to be done maybe a few classes at a time. We just want to really get you all watching, get you all like active really in this, because as well as us two just sitting here and the people behind the camera, or Fahad behind the camera really, thanks again boss man, but it's like we like just want to get you all involved, because obviously you're the ones that watch the videos, you're the ones that tell us like if it's good or not really. So if we can get you all involved, and then I guess another thing we can do is like an Ace FM charity event. Yeah.
Obviously, the charity committee did one previously, which obviously went
really
well.
Really well, yeah.
But I think we want to do some more Ace FM based, whereas obviously we can collab with down here, but if we do something ourselves, whereas just getting the brand out there, we want to get involved with everyone really.
Yeah, we're definitely going to try and get a charity idea done, because obviously during such times of trouble and a tough time for a lot of people, even in UAE but also around the world, it's really good to give back when we're the fortunate ones really who can live our lives normally to an extent. So so that will definitely happen.
What is another thing we can do? Remember when we were speaking to Mr. Roberts about the time capsule?
Yeah.
That would be an interesting
one. That would be nice, yeah. Well, actually, let's just hear, I suppose, if you got what do you think of a time capsule maybe, guys, at home, wherever you are? If it's a good idea or not, just let us know in the comments. And also, if you've got any other ideas that you would like us to see as Ace FM and brand it as Ace FM, let us know in the comments again.
And then I think one last one to kind of leave it on is, obviously we've got the year 13, year 12s I think might be having one.
And the potentially
year
11s, prom.
So I was thinking that maybe we could kind of do the music of those events, because I feel like when we did our year 11, some of the songs that came up weren't as relevant, and you're like,
did you not like the DJ?
Sorry, Mr. Cooper, but I think we might need to upgrade, you know.
What, to Ace FM?
We'll
get a brand. We might need to work out the money though for that, because we're just getting.
Hey, why can't we do it ourselves?
We need to get a good pay for that. I'm not going to do it.
Learn a new skill.
I'm sure I could try DJing and get used to that.
Yeah, no, I think that'd be something interesting to go upon, and I think it'll be something that definitely people will remember. Like, remember Ace FM was our DJ for the night. They weren't very good, but they did the job.
Well,
you know.
Yeah, as long as people say our name, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess that would be an interesting thing to take upon. Yeah. We've got a long time to practice for that.
We've got 2021 to get this done.
Yep.
And I suppose that is really the end of the episode. I just want to say welcome to 2021, everyone. Yeah. I hope you all have a good year.
Good successful year, like hopefully we will have. Yeah. And just like the video, subscribe, and comment. Even do you want to comment your New Year's resolutions as well? I think we need to come up with a new outro. To be honest, I think
I don't know what we can do. Should we get we'll get a script next time? I think of what I'll say. I'll get some tick boxes. Subscribe, like, comment. And
just stop it then.
Yeah, we'll just end it here. Cut it. Thank you and goodbye.